Hi everyone, I'm Rahma, HR account executive at Thinkingbox, and today we have Hamza Yaqub, digital marketing specialist, and welcome to the TP podcast. So Hamza, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, first of all, and a much awaited podcast that we've
Yeah,
been planning to do.
yeah, since many weeks.
Yeah, for a lot of days that we were trying to do this podcast,
Yeah.
but finally we're
We are
here. We're
here.
talking about what are we talking
AI,
about?
AI today, and I think
Artificial
this,
intelligence.
yeah, and this idea came when
Yeah.
you wrote this blog on AI,
Yeah.
bringing back dead. So, I really like your blog, by the way, and
Thank you.
especially when you just wrote that, just another worried human being, and I was like, oh shit, this is something very relatable.
Yeah.
And do you know that I got many comments? I mean, it usually doesn't happens, but there were people with great followings, businessman, data analyst, and directors, whatnot, right? And then I thought, wait, this is something big, right? So what's been going on in this AI world?
Well, as you know,
Yeah.
I've been working as a digital marketing expert for over the past, I think, six years,
Yeah.
7 years, yeah, since I graduated. I've been in this field, even when I was in my university. So I've done my bachelor's in IR, International Relations, which is a degree that sort of sparks a sense of creativity, but then a sense of conspiracy as well, because you're
Creativity, how? Yeah,
creativity in the sense that you think from a very broader perspective about what's happening in the world, and you connect different dots, so you know a
True
lot
that.
about what's happening over the world.
Yeah.
Now, when someone with that background enters into the digital marketing domain, and you see different technologies being introduced, and those
Yeah.
technologies being machine learning, I think it's one of the biggest technology in AI
Yeah.
that people are using for different purposes, and you sort of start connecting the dots, and we'll discuss that later. But from that, I started contemplating. I started, thinking about a lot of things that I was using in my daily life, in my professional career,
Yeah.
especially with advertising, because as a digital marketing specialist, you're getting paid for getting the content in front of the right people and getting the right number of leads. So at the end of the day, it's more about the technology rather than you. You just have to make some decisions, but the technology is doing the actual work for you,
For you.
which means that the technology is being driven by AI
Yeah.
or machine learning or whatever the technology is. So that has sparked a lot of thought in my career. Whatever I've been doing, I've been seeing it from a broader perspective, that okay, if this technology is serving a purpose right now, what would it be doing in the upcoming 4 years, 5 years, 6 years? And that really contributed to that article, which I think everyone should go on our LinkedIn page
Yeah.
and watch
And read Hamza
and read,
Yaqub's good blog.
yeah.
So, what marketing tools are you using currently, which already has this AI in that?
Well,
And what organizations should use? What marketing tools they should use, which has AI, and how does that helps?
well, I mean, if I would divide in percentage the amount of work that I'm doing with AI and the amount of work that I'm doing with other tools, I think it's around 70 to 30%
70
difference.
AI and
70%
30.
AI and 30% that I'm using on, like, manually. Again, on different advertising platforms, and such as Google ads, Facebook ads, it's mainly driven by the data accumulation. It accumulates the data
All right.
in a very personalized manner. So if you are someone who's interested in maybe buying some clothes,
All right.
like you want to buy some clothes from specific brands, such as, for instance, some J Dot or some different brands. So you've been searching over it, like you want some shalwar kameez, or you want a jeans, etc. So all of those searches contribute to specific signals that are accumulated by the AI engine of Google. And then when I run an ad, Google automatically shows you that
Alright.
ad because
Yeah.
it knows your intention.
So
A
this
lot
is
of
why
signals.
this is this thing with whatever you're just talking about, and then you
Yeah,
just
suddenly
see
it
that
pops up.
ad, and we're like, what is this going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's AI. That's not Shaitan or something.
No, again, that's not the setting. It could be because again, everything has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
Obviously, so AI can be used for bad. AI can be used for good
Yeah.
as well. So this is something that I think we should go deep into in order to sort of fathom the power of it.
Yeah.
How AI has actually influenced the customer experience. If a customer thinks about something, he goes on to different search platforms or on Facebook, and he does a certain action that contributes to a signal that goes to Facebook or Meta, and then the entire experience brought to you by that platform is based on that search intent. So I think this is just one part.
Yeah.
I'll
This
share
is
some
like a
other things as well.
process
This is
with how
the entire
AI
process.
works.
Yeah, I mean it's really mind baffling, to be honest.
Truly.
It's really mind baffling.
So I was actually introduced to this AI thing when I think it was end of 2022 when ChatGPT came in.
Yeah.
Right, and that was that
3.5
crazy period, 3.5 or 3. I think that was 3, and then 3.5, and then
Yeah.
4 was introduced. But when there was this ChatGPT, I think Sir was in the UK and was like, ChatGPT is here, and that was our first chatbot. And before that, we didn't have such AI chatbots that it would be like a conversation with it, and then it's going to give you answers and whatever. It was very changing. I mean, it just changed the way how you operate, and even in universities, in offices, whatever, whether you're doing an assignment or it was something I would just say that was very changing, because in office, I then started to use ChatGPT, and it just saves your time. And already, I mean, I am HR, account executive, whatever, but I was able to create content through it. So
And
that was
again, I
something.
mean, the way that you're using ChatGPT is just
Yeah.
like 20 to 30% of the ways that you could use it. The possible manner in which you can use it. There are certain
What does that mean?
people. It means that people have actually done their research, and they have their specific courses where they've explored the entire ChatGPT domain.
Yeah, that's
And we
huge
only
thing.
know around 20% or 30% of it where we're gaining that benefit out of it. But the
Yeah.
thing is,
But still, it just there's a huge impact. And Sir just
yeah,
gave me this
absolutely.
gift. He said that there is this gift for you.
Really?
And it was, and
he
what
never
was the
gave
gift?
me any gift.
Gift? No, listen. What was the gift? The gift was ChatGPT prompts. It was this whole manual on it.
And was it
That was
in
the
a
gift.
physical document?
No, it was this digital PDF, something
Digital
like that.
PDF.
Yeah, but again, this is how much it is important that he gave it to me as a gift. He says it that it is a gift. And after ChatGPT, then there was this huge change, and there was generative AIs and videos, images changing and whatnot. And when we were looking for some, we were just putting this prompt in these different websites, and I think that generative AI was generating images for us.
Yeah, and that's the scary part. And let me tell you something. ChatGPT, when it came, obviously, whenever a technology comes, it sort of replaces the previous whatever work that has been doing. Like for instance, you talk about online websites, booking websites. So it sort of took away the jobs of people who were in those stores manually booking. And then, like for instance, you want to book an airplane ticket, you had to go to the airlines and you had to book it previously. Now you can just go on the website. So a lot of jobs were compromised, right? And these jobs were not necessarily creative.
Okay.
The thing that you're talking about, if I could because the distinctive aspect of human beings where they provide value in something and personalize something is the creativity. Right?
Yes, exactly.
All the jobs that were gone were mostly those jobs that were labor based or were repetitive or monotonous, etc. But they weren't creative. But now you can create an image, such as, you've seen, Canva is like, you can create an entire image from one specific, just crop out the image, put it on Canva, and tell it to broaden the image.
Yeah.
So it will generate.
Yeah.
And
even Canva now, it removes background. It never happened before. And after ChatGPT thing, many these Canva, Grammarly, they all introduced their AI versions.
Yeah. And again, there was Midjourney, which was a complete revolution. You can easily just change certain features of a person. You can grow the hair. You can put a smile on
Are you guys
face.
using Midjourney then?
Yes, we are.
Wow.
Yes, we are. And again, it's part and parcel of the future business routine,
Right.
because future businesses will definitely it's a no-brainer now. You have to integrate AI into business stream.
Definitely.
Otherwise,
You will
your
be
business
very
will not
lost
be
and,
very
very-
successful. Yeah, absolutely.
And when you were just talking about that, these replacements of jobs and stuff,
Yeah.
I was wondering that really did it do really? I think that AI, it was introduced just actually assist us. And when you say that 70% you're working through AI and
Yeah.
30% is your work done manually,
Yeah.
but still it doesn't replaces you or something.
Well, I'll
is
put it
that
I'll put it in simple words, in order for the audience to understand. In the future, AI won't take your job.
Yeah.
In the future, AI won't take your job, but a person knowing AI will definitely take your job.
Yeah, and
If a
more
person-
advanced, and this is the answer that I'm looking for actually.
So,
that AI is not a threat.
No.
It's not a threat to your job or you, but it's all about
it
that
can
you
be
being
based on your decisions.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, that it's not a threat if you manage to learn it, and if you manage to sort of integrate it into your working. But if you do not, it is definitely a threat. But the thing is that, again, as I said, AI will not take your jobs.
Yeah.
According to the World Economic Forum, it has already taken around 87 million jobs.
Really?
Yes.
In what? What jobs?
In almost, like, as I explained, like, previously people were using graphic designing tools such as Photoshop, etc. Now it's completely automated, and again there are a range of jobs that have been compromised according to the World Economic Forum. But again, the same report says that it has created 97 million new jobs.
Yeah. Now you adjust between them.
Now
That means that jobs are creating more.
Jobs are being
more,
created.
Yeah.
Again, so I think that's where we as a nation need to work on it as well, because in Pakistan, again, we're providing services to the UK clients and we're integrating AI, so that's why we're surviving.
Yeah.
But the people over here in Pakistan, almost I think 70% of the people are not able to use a computer in its in a professional manner. Maybe they might be using it for games, etc., but they don't know how to use a computer in a professional manner.
So in a fast-paced world,
Yeah.
you need to be updated with AI and what's just happening lately.
Yeah.
And this is how you are going to survive. And actually, this is how you can grow too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next? What's next coming in AI?
Well, I don't know if you've listened to Elon Musk, where he has said that AI is actually more risky than any nuclear bomb, any medicine, any sort of pandemic. He has said that, and again, these words are not hollow. These words actually mean something.
It's
and
like
again,
Elon Musk.
and he also stated that there should be a halt, there should be a slowdown on the development of AI, because we do not know what kind of threats we're actually looking at.
Actually, yeah.
Okay? For instance, I can give you an example from my personal, what I've witnessed in my professional career. You see scams happening on Facebook, different meta platforms and on other platforms. Now, Facebook actually knows everything about you, right?
Yeah,
and this is what I mentioned in that article as well.
Yeah.
That how could someone come back from the grave? How could someone who is not alive, we could talk to that person, we could experience how that person used to be, and in this almost the same manner. Now, Facebook, Google, all of these platforms, we're using all of these platforms on a daily basis, and it's every activity, every certain travel, every certain event that we go to, that we travel, etc., is being recorded. It's being recorded in the memory of Facebook, Meta, and every other single platform that we're using.
They won't make you proceed until they ask you for your contact number, for your location and everything.
Everything, right?
It's just a way,
So they have your information. Now, based on that information, and now I'm not talking about the ethical side of it, because definitely there are some rules and regulations where Meta can use a certain type of information in a certain way. But the thing is, if I am someone who wants to talk to a person who is not alive, and in the upcoming 5 to 6 years, I want to talk to that person, but obviously he's not alive. So now what would I do based on the technology that I'm witnessing? And this is a prediction that I'm doing on this podcast, that we would definitely be able to talk to our father, our mother, our parents, etc., who would not be alive, based on every single aspect of their life, their experiences, how they actually thought about the world, their perception about the world.
Imagine their post and whatever they shared their thoughts on, and AI is going to replicate it in a way.
Replicate it, because
and it's going to talk in that because it's artificially intelligent.
The interface
That's
is
crazy.
There. Look, the interface is there. The voice replication is there.
Oh God.
You've seen it.
Just imagine how is it really going to happen?
It's really simple now. I mean,
through
holograms as well. People can do that, but again, you know about that 3D. Like you've been to.
They're already talking about digital cloning as well.
Cloning as well, yeah.
Oof, that is something. Just imagine there's your clone sitting right in front of you, and just like, "Hi, Hamza," and we'll be thinking, "What is real? Who is real?"
That would actually be very frightening. But it is something that we're looking forward to with the advancements happening nowadays. Yeah.
I think an example is there, and then when we think about it, then we have to actually imagine what would be that ethical side for that, and what would be these safety precautions, because in this world today, globalization and this internet world already going on, there are already, I think we on internet, we don't have any gatekeepers anyway. So what is going to happen when artificial intelligence is actually going to take over us?
Look, I mean, let's look at it from a political perspective, right? Because I think the biggest stakeholders in the world come from a political background where they're mainly talking about resources, land, economy, etc. I'll give you an example of Brexit. And this is again because I'm a student of international relations, so I've studied Brexit very closely. And it was one of the case studies for me where I've witnessed how artificial intelligence, machine learning has been used through advertising platforms such as Google and Meta in order to influence the population on making a certain decision.
Yeah.
How did that happen? I'll just clearly state the facts of that. When the Brexit was happening, even though Brexit wasn't much of a threat for the United Kingdom, because the thing is that Turkey or countries like Romania, etc., it's very less likely that an influx of people or migrants would start coming from these countries into the UK, right? So there's a segment of a population. So the thing is called segmentation.
Okay.
All right. Once you segment a population into different categories, you can easily tailor ads for those segments, and then you can influence their behavior. For instance, there's one segment of the population that is scared of migrants. All right. Scared of migrants coming into the UK. So they don't like aliens, all right? Based on their signals, what they were searching for, ads were shown to them that if Brexit was not successful, the Turkish population or Turkey would have easy access to the UK, and people will start rushing in from Turkey into, which is like Turkey still doesn't have access to the European Union, which was highly less likely, almost impossible. But this was an ad that was tailored to them. Then there was another segment that was sort of very scared about climate change or animals, or like for instance polar bears. So this was a different segment. That was a different segment. So this segment was, the ad was being shown that if you don't vote for Brexit, you'll have less chances of saving polar bears. I'm serious.
Why?
And almost like 30 to 50 segmentations were done, and 30 to 50 tailored ads were shown to these people. And when the vote came out, almost 52%
Are they
voted
for
for
real?
Brexit.
Just save yourself or save polar bears in between two.
This has happened, and this has happened through machine learning.
Oh, God.
And almost 52% of the people voted for Brexit when everything was a lie.
Oh.
Everything was a lie. So nowadays you see this in politics all over the world. Like you see Donald Trump's there's a video of Donald Trump, and he's saying something which he actually doesn't, he's
Didn't
not said
say
it.
that, yeah.
But with artificial
Through
intelligence,
AI, yeah.
they were completely cloned him, and other leaders as well. So I think this is one of the biggest ways that it's being misused.
This is actually a threat now. Yeah.
Actually a threat.
Yeah.
First of all. Secondly, the way that it is being used now by people, again, it's mainly based on manipulation. All right, we human beings can be easily manipulated. We have to realize one thing. So, what do you think? Again, I'll move on to that. But what do you think should we do in order to sort of save ourselves from this manipulation?
Yeah. Again, I think that as you say that it is influenced by political and everything. We cannot have influence on that. But what we can do is just as whatever tools in businesses, our daily lives and stuff, we can incorporate it where it helps us. Take it as how much it as a tool or as a support, as an assistant. That's it. Don't make it or make yourself very easy or familiar with it. I'll give you another example because I think I'm using these AI just in my work. I don't really use it in daily life. So the main tool I'm using is ChatGPT because it is really helpful.
ChatGPT
It is
really
very
helpful,
helpful. And every day, I think I haven't any day has been passed that I haven't used that in everything. So, but when I realized that wait, I'm heavily relying on that. Then my capabilities, they're going to diminish, and I don't want that. So, and ChatGPT is just just learn from it, and from any AI tool, learn from it, take it as an assistant, as a helping tool. That's it.
And students are using it for cheating,
Yeah.
for homework,
It actually,
especially in their homework.
We were like,
So I think
why?
that is the very baseline use of it.
But again, there is this ethical issue again.
Yeah.
When students are that is the thing, that it is also manipulating. But I think in universities, they should be making sure that students are not using it, or maybe just take their phones when their exams and cheat, whatever,
So I think this is a repercussion. But my opinion on this specific aspect is that children should be taught AI from the very beginning.
Definitely.
From the very beginning. Schools in all over the
Take
world,
it as
especially
a
in Pakistan, because they should integrate AI very early on, because at the end of the day, they're going to be they are going in the workforce with the mindset that we are going to integrate AI, otherwise we won't be successful.
You're right.
Otherwise, we won't be successful. So, once you do that, there's an increase in awareness, less manipulation.
Yes.
And
because their mindsets won't be like
their
that.
mindset won't be like that. And the more people can do that, the majority of the population would not have those issues with jobs. They'll have jobs, they'll have businesses, and they'll be more aware. There'll be less manipulation. So I think that would be a game changer when it comes to.
We have to live with the fact that AI is now here, and we have to live with it. But don't take it on our heads. Don't let it manipulate us, because I think there'll be more and more advancements going on. Anyways, we cannot control it.
For you all watching, definitely comment down in the comment section that what do you think is the biggest danger of AI and what is the biggest opportunity of AI. We will definitely be looking forward to your comments, and we'll definitely provide you feedback on our next podcast. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Bye bye.